Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Grace Telesco, and I am with the NSU School of Criminal Justice. We're in a larger college called Fischler College of Education and the School of Criminal Justice. I'm an associate professor there, full-time faculty member, and also the advisor for an amazing student organization called Stage for Change. And what we do is we do sociodrama work, which is educational theater. How many of you were here last year when we did What's Wrong with Joey? Great, thank you, good. So we're back with a different topic, but in the same, same church, different pew, right? We're going to be talking about child trafficking, and we're going to be talking about it, but you're going to be witnessing this. And after my colleague and friend, Dr. Maria Levy-Mincy, tells you a little bit about who she is, which is major at our school because she's the program coordinator, right, for the child protection program. So she'll introduce herself a little bit, tell you a little bit about my background real quick, and then we will get right into it. I've been doing sociodrama work since 1985. It really makes you want to faint in a lot of ways. And when I'm in front of my students, like these people were there, they were cherubs in heaven in 1985. But anyway, in 1985, I was teaching at the New York City Police Academy. I was in the NYPD. I retired at the rank of lieutenant. I did 20 years there, and I taught for many years at the academy for the basic training, recruit level training, and did a lot of stuff around human services, crisis intervention, domestic violence, how to handle people who have mental illness, people with mental illness and disabilities, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So anyway, that's kind of a little bit of my background. And then when I retired, I moved to Florida, sunny Florida. We miss New York. We miss the pizza and the Chinese food. Yeah, right. But anyway, so I've been doing sociodrama work for a long time. Sociodrama is educational theater, basically. And we're going to be showing you 3 scenes, but these scenes, we will stop the scene and then go to the audience and facilitate dialogue with the audience and with the characters who stay in character. And that's kind of the nuance of sociodrama. Dr. Levy.
Hi, I'm Dr. Levy-Mincy. I am the head faculty for our Masters in Human Service program in Child Protection. So we have an online program that is, focused on child welfare. So that's kind of my main role at the university. I'm an assistant professor. I'm also my doctorate's in marriage and family therapy. So I'm also a clinician. I spent many years working with children and families. Most recently with people who struggle with substance use disorders, so I kind of have a little bit of experience in a lot of different areas. I work a lot with Dr. T because I do work with the criminal justice students, and I really love having the opportunity to participate in these kinds of programs to raise awareness. So kind of that's me.
Great, thank you. And it's so wonderful to collaborate with Dr. Levy. We collaborate on a lot of things. We're actually partners on a quality of life grant that is looking at anti-bullying techniques using sociodrama, and we're also doing the Parkland study together. So we're researchers collaborating on 5 years later after Stoneman Douglas, survivors, literally survivors who were there, who are now like in their 20s, and it's a qualitative study, and so it's just a joy to always work with Dr. Levy, and if it wasn't for Dr. Levy, we wouldn't be here because she's the one that invited us last year, and now we're invited back again, and so we really appreciate it. So here's how this works. The scene unfolds. I say action first, and then freeze when we're ready to go to the audience. And we'll be doing a lot of dialogue with the audience and the characters who stay in character. So the first scene, I'd like you to really just kind of put your critical thinking caps on, your logical reasoning caps on, your law enforcement. How many law enforcement do I have in the room? Wow. You're outnumbered, my friend. It's a good thing that at least I'm retired. I'll join you, me and you all day. Okay, how many social workers? Okay, social workers in the house. Mental health practitioners in the house. Child protection in the house. Where's the therapy dog from last year?
Yeah, she had to go back to the advocacy center, but she's gonna swing back.
What time?
We don't know. Wanda?
Because I have a little anxiety and I'm gonna need some, you know. I gotta get a little something from like the canine medicine. Okay, very good. All right, so with no further ado, we're gonna go right to the scene and start to think about what you see that you don't like. What are some of the things that you are identifying as maybe red flags, uh-ohs? How many of you are parents in the room? So this is also really important. Okay, so with no further ado, we're gonna say action.
Hello? Anyone there? Yo, what's going on? Hey, dude, what's up? Oh my god, look who's here. I know, oh my god. I'm so sorry, I've been grounded for like a month. It's been a long time. I'm back! Hey, what's up? Oh my, I missed you guys so much.
You guys ready to catch it up?
Yo, let's go. You ready?
Lena?
Can you hear me? Yeah, press your mic a little bit. Yeah, you static. Okay, I think I hear you now. Okay, you hear me now?
All right.
All right, what are we playing? Because, like, I picked every single time we played, and I'm not doing it again.
You guys down for Call of Duty?
Oh, yeah. Okay, we need one more player for Call of Duty. Y'all cool with random lobby?
Yeah.
All right, and putting us in now. We just gotta wait.
Yo, what's up? We got 40,000 streamers right now.
Okay, cool. You're the Dark Mask, right?
Yeah, that's me. We got 40,000 streamers right now, and I'm worried. If we don't get this dub, it's not gonna look good for you guys.
Okay, well, just try to keep up then.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
Okay, let's go. All right, we're starting now.
All right.
Cover me! Oh my
Bro,
god!
behind.
Get off the game now!
You guys! God, I'm so sorry. This is so embarrassing because, like, you're famous and I'm not, and my mom just yelled at me like I'm 12. I'm not 12. I'm 15.
Yo, before you go, I was watching that whole game, and I'm telling you, you got what it takes to be a streamer. Send me your details, and I'll make it happen. Let's go.
Wait, you were watching me? No, wait, you're just playing with me.
I'm not playing with you. With a face like that, I promise you can become a streamer. Send me your details.
Eddie, off the game now!
I'm working on it, Mom! Alright, bye.
Freeze. Okay, we're gonna go to the audience and we're gonna ask, what do you see? What's going on? You got any red flags or upset about anything? Yes, sir.
Ask you for her details right away. You want to know more about her and send me your details.
Okay, so let's go to the character a second. So, Eddie, right?
Yeah, hi, I'm Eddie.
Eddie, here, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, just real quick?
Yeah. I'm Eddie. I live alone with my mom. It's just me and her. Dad's been gone for a while, but I didn't really know him that well anyway. I don't really have many friends outside of online places. I have a little bit of social anxiety, I guess. When I talk to people, my hands get all sweaty and gross. But when I'm online, it's a lot easier because I can end the conversation whenever I want.
Have any questions for Eddie? Just based on what you see.
So Eddie, how do you know who's talking to you?
So that was the Dark Mask, and he's like this huge streamer. He's got like 300K subscribers. I mean, he's doing brand deals, like he's been on tours before. Like he's so popular and everyone knows him, and I've been watching him for like 3 years. And he really, his content helped me through some really hard times when I felt really lonely.
So I'm an older person. I don't go on games, but I have children that do. So when you talk about kind of streaming, so do you kind of watch him play live? Is that what you're saying when you say his streaming content?
Yeah, so he's mainly like on Twitch, which is a platform where people stream live. They have the game set up, and usually they have a webcam, but he always wears a mask. that's his thing. No one can see his face and no one really knows his name, but that's actually more common nowadays than it was before. A lot of people want to be content creators but still don't want to have their face shown to millions of people.
I'm gonna ask Mom to come out. Mom, can you come out before I get with the rest of the gamers here? We'll get to the rest of the gamers in a second. Mom, can you tell us give us a little insight? Right? Don't you want to know a little background on like what's going on? She's a single parent, apparently. Yeah. And you're working a lot. What's going on?
Yeah, me and my husband divorced a while ago, and I've been taking care of Eddie on my own. I really have been working a lot. I've been working a lot trying to provide for both me and my son, and also try and get my son's tea as well, and just make sure that we're both doing okay, at least.
Gaming a lot?
Yes, a lot.
Doesn't have a lot of friends on the outside?
Yeah.
When I say the outside, I mean outside the house, right? In the room a lot on this platform, gaming.
Mm-hmm. I just think it's a little unhealthy for Eddie personally.
All right, let's go. Would you like to ask Eddie why this is even happening? Like, what's the attraction to the gaming?
Yeah, Eddie, what do you like so much about playing these games?
Well, I mean, first of all, they're just fun. You know, there's nothing wrong with wanting to have a little fun sometimes, and you know, there's things I can do in video games that I can't do in real life. Like, I can't fly a dragon in real life, but I sure can in a video game. And I don't know, I feel like video game communities can be a lot nicer than the outside world sometimes.
Do you feel accepted kind of in the community that you're, like, it sounds like you had a bunch of people in a group, so you play with those folks often?
Yeah, I do, most of the time.
So there's a couple of things that have been said now that we know. Let's identify, what are some of the things that we already know about these characters, and especially about Eddie? Eddie's the main character, right? What do we know about Eddie so far?
Socially isolated.
Socially isolated. What else? Yes, ma'am.
He lives with his mom about, his mom is working a lot.
Works a lot. How many jobs? I forgot.
3.
What do you do? What's your occupation?
Well, I take care of an older gentleman. I also babysit, and sometimes I do Instacart.
Okay. All right. So, really struggling, right?
Well,
Financially? Oh, sorry.
So Eddie's not supervised that often when he's home, is he home alone a lot?
Take care of myself.
Okay. Could everybody hear Eddie? Yeah. So there's this thing that was mentioned about tea, so I just really want to clarify that, because I know that it sounded like there was some maybe confusion in the audience anyway. So let's go to the audience and see if they have a question or a comment.
Eddie, how much information did you pass on to this person that you did not know except through gaming?
Did you pass on any information, personal information?
Yeah, I gave him my phone number.
Just your phone number?
Yeah, he already had some of my social media handles, obviously, because we were talking on a video chatting site, but he wanted my personal phone number, so I gave it to him.
Okay, so what else do we know about, in terms of the biopsychosocial, right? So what do we know? What do we know about Eddie?
He's transgender, he's looking for acceptance.
Yes, yes. Would you consider yourself, would you identify as trans?
Yep.
Okay. Mom, is this a common thing, that mom would be so supportive? Because mom seems to be extremely supportive, don't you think? Do you want to talk about this?
Yes. I love my kid, and I would support my kid no matter what. And what matters most to me is that my kid is comfortable being whoever he is. So why not support that? And I just want him to be happy.
Okay. Any comments on that? Any comments?
And you notice that Eddie got very excited when the mask acknowledged him.
Yes.
And it was like looking for acceptance, looking for someone to acknowledge her. So you really get that acknowledgement at home.
Yes.
And from your friends. And Being
Yes.
isolated, that's hard not to get.
So he was really excited
Yeah.
to be admired or even spoken to by this guy. We're going to get to this guy in a minute. I want to get to the gamers. I'm going to pass the mic around. Just tell us your name, and what attracts you to this particular game or lobby, or you seem to know each other. Do you want to talk about that?
Hi everyone, my name is Layla, and I basically met Eddie at school, and he kind of told me on the game, and I'm like, I guess I'm not really a good gamer, and he was like, well, I'm not good either, so we'll learn together.
Excellent. But you have a lot of fun.
I do.
How often do you do it?
Man, Eddie wants to get on like all the time, but he's really busy as far as like doing stuff, so we don't really get on too much, but whenever we can.
Okay. All right, great. Pass it on.
Hi, I'm Chloe.
Hi, Chloe.
I'm also a student, but I didn't meet Eddie through school. I met him online. And I don't play that often. That's why when he got on the game and I was like excited to be like, oh my god, look who's here. And I basically met him through online.
Cool. And how did you guys feel about the behind the mask guy, this mask guy?
Yeah, it was very exciting to see someone like that well known, like to just pop in that lobby, because these are like very like anonymous and like you don't know who can get in. Like for someone that big to like log in is like, oh my god.
Yeah, excellent. Okay, great. Pass the mic.
Hi everyone, I'm Justin. I am one of Eddie's friends. I met through school. Currently I'm not in school. Actually, I had dropped out because I feel like I could also be a streamer. So I'm actually on the game a lot, and I'm always gaming, waiting for my friends to come on. And this one time they actually did. I had pretty much a lot of fun.
Okay, so is this a common thing where kids are thinking that they could like become famous, make some good money, popularity, celebrity status, all of that, pie in the sky dreams, dreamers of streaming, right? Yes, ma'am.
It is, because the popularity now of, oh, I don't need this. Yes, because the popularity of YouTubers making millions of dollars is the trend right now. But my question is to you guys, how do you know that's actually the streamer that is well known? That mask is so common that how do you know that that's actually him and not a fraud?
Yeah, so he actually does live streams, so we actually can see the stream from when we're playing the game, and we can tell that, oh, that's really him. We can see his screen. He's also playing with us, so we're actually on the screen as well, and so we kind of know it's pretty much him.
Okay, we're gonna see who he is in a second. I'm gonna start asking him some questions, which he'll probably dodge all the questions that I'm gonna ask. But let's hear from Anaya.
Hello guys, my name is Anaya. I met Eddie on a random lobby. He was streaming, so I hopped on his stream and we connected. We played together and we swapped our PSN codes, usernames, I'm sorry. And we've been playing for a while, and we found it common that we like the same streamer. So we've just been practicing, so hopefully one day we can meet that streamer. And obviously we did actually. That was pretty cool.
Wow, pretty cool. Okay, listen, Mom's been working all day. Why don't you sit down, Mom? Please. Take a load off. Sorry. Dr. Levy?
So, Mask, I just kind of wanted to ask you a few questions. Would that be okay?
Yeah, whatever.
Can you tell me a little bit about you? How did you become so popular? Where did you start?
I became popular because I'm the best at streaming. No one else is as good as me. Yeah.
What does it take? Do you have to be really good at the game for people to watch?
You're asking me too many questions right now, to be honest.
Okay.
What does that tell you right there?
Tagging something.
Where's my law enforcement guy? Did he leave? What? He left?
Sorry, he's working on homicide.
Oh, he's working on homicide. Well, yeah, it's always something. All right. Well, you think this is common? You think that this is realistic, that he would be like shut down like this? And here's the thing. Don't you want to know how old he is? Mm-hmm. Ask him. Go ahead.
How old are you? Age is just a number, so it doesn't really matter how old I am, to be honest.
Yeah, okay. So, we don't know what's going on here, but how many of you got your kind of pedophile radar up? Mm-hmm. Yeah? Good. Okay, excellent. All right. Dr. Letty, anything that you want to comment in terms of what you've identified so far? What are some of the things, themes, if you will, that you've identified from this first scene, and then we'll go to the next scene?
Well, I think some of the audience really touched on a lot of it. So you've got someone who may be socially isolated, Eddie, maybe struggling for some social acceptance, is able to get that acceptance through gaming, and feel, positive about himself in that way. He's been flattered by the mask, right? Mom is not around as much as he might like to connect with him, so he kind of needs to find a place, find other relationships that are supportive of him. And so it seems like he said you were comfortable online, right? Like it's a safer or nicer community where people are kinder to you. Or is that kind of, am I on the right track? Yeah. So those are the kinds of things that I noticed, just that Mr. Mask is kind of evasive, which is no surprise. And also just kind of this whole the mystique around the live streaming and the fact that kids can do it, anybody can do it really. You don't have to have like 40,000 followers, but there are a lot of kids that will just go live or they post videos of themselves doing things that are like personal, and then these people can kind of see them if their profiles are public.
How many of you think he's a predator? Okay, so if he's a predator, what makes Eddie vulnerable? There's a couple of things that make Eddie vulnerable. Yes, ma'am?
He's home by himself.
Home alone?
And
anything else?
Lonely.
Lonely? Anything else?
Looking for acceptance.
Looking for acceptance. What else?
Broke.
Okay, needs money, apparently. Well, I mean, his mom needs money. His mom's working these 3 jobs, right? What else makes him vulnerable?
Nobody will miss him.
Nobody will miss him?
Yes.
His age? Yes, ma'am. Can't hear.
Mom will miss him.
No social interactions? Being in an LGBTQ, this is what somebody just now said. Being in this population, trans kid, right? Whatever our belief system is neither here nor there, right? Making Eddie vulnerable, at risk for whatever's going on. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not sure what's going on at school. Dr. Levy, don't you want to ask these questions about school? Does Eddie go to school?
Yeah, Eddie, what does your typical day look like? Can you walk me through a day in the life of Eddie?
I do go to school. Yeah, so I wake up and I go to school every day. I get home around 3:30. I'm usually home alone. She's usually already at work taking care of that really, really old guy.
Eddie, I'm going to interrupt you a second. Would you consider yourself to have a good relationship with Mom?
I love my mom, and I know she's working really, really hard, but I feel like the only time we talk to each other is when she's on my case about something I'm doing wrong. Like, Eddie, you need to do this, or you need to go out, you need to socialize.
Do you do any things together?
Not since Dad left.
Okay. So you want to continue on with the...
So you get home around 3:30, and then do you make yourself dinner and so forth, and like do homework? What does it look like?
I usually try to knock out any homework. I get most of it done at school because I usually eat lunch by myself. Anything I don't have done, I get finished. I usually, I make myself dinner and try to clean up the house, and the rest of the night I usually spend online.
And when you're online, you always kind of gaming?
Yeah, pretty much.
And one of your friends mentioned that she didn't meet you online, she met you at school. So how does she know when you're on? Like, do you have her personal info to be like, hey, are you available right now?
Yeah, so I can text her anytime I want, but also we're friends on social media, and there's usually a status bar, so she can see when I'm online.
But you guys can also make plans to like meet online at like 7 or something like that as well.
Yeah, we could.
But do you ever meet outside? Like outside this room?
Occasionally. I'm not big on the outside stuff. Like, I don't like going out to restaurants or eating out.
What do you think the reason is for that?
I just get so tongue-tied, and it's like I say the wrong thing, and I accidentally tell the cashier, you too, when they tell me to have a nice meal, and it ruins my entire evening.
Okay. All right, thank you. So there's a lot of vulnerability, yeah? There's a lot of risk. And predators know that, right? So predators are like all into that. Because I'm going to be your answer. I'm going to be your savior. I'm going to give you the money that your mom needs. All of that stuff. And all of that grooming process, right? There is a grooming process. It's not just, the big bad wolf behind the tree that jumps out and grabs the kid. That's like not how it works. There's a grooming process and a journey. So you want to see where the journey takes us?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to the next scene, which is 3 months later. Action.
Hey!
Yo, you ready to come out to LA or what? I've been watching you for 3 months now, and I promise you, you're better than me, if not almost as good as I am.
Okay, you keep saying this thing about going out to LA. You know I can't tell when you're joking, man.
I'm not joking, man. I'm telling you, LA is the city of girls. There's parties every single night. And don't worry about where you're gonna live either. My bed has enough for 2.
Ew. Sorry, that was mean. I don't think I like girls.
Well, shit, that's even better for me.
I don't know what that means. Okay, you say I'm gonna live with you. What about my mom? She's gonna call the police. I know she doesn't notice me, but she's not stupid.
Your mom doesn't notice you right now because you're nothing right now. But when you come to LA, you're gonna be making 4 times the amount of money that your mom is. And I promise you, once you're there, you are gonna get noticed.
Can I even go on a plane by myself? Like, I'm only 15, and TSA is really tough, and I can't handle getting stopped by security. They're big and they're scary.
Age is just a number. You're not going on any plane. You're going in first class, baby. With a face like that, when you come out to LA, they're gonna eat you up, and so am I.
I don't know. There's just so many logistics. Can I even drop out of school?
Listen, if you want to ask all these questions, I got a list of people that would do this without asking me a damn thing. So, I mean, if you're gonna complain.
I didn't say that. I'm scared, okay? What if I get out there and I'm disappointing?
You're not gonna be disappointing, I promise you. The way that you've been playing, you're almost better than me. With a face like that, I'm telling you, you're gonna have no problems when you come to LA.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm more than sure. I'm sending the details right now for the plane. Check your inbox and let's go.
Okay, yeah, fine, sure.
Freeze. Dr. Levy. My God. What's happening?
Well, Eddie is very reluctant but willing to, travel to meet this gamer who he probably. Eddie, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Can you tell me what do you know about the mask? Like, do you know how old he is or anything like that?
He's over the age of 10. I know he's famous and he's got red hair.
Okay. So being willing to say okay to, reluctantly kind of, nervous.
Yeah, very nervous.
But what kind of motivated you to push past that, anxiety? Like you say you don't like to go to the restaurants, but it sounds like, you're anxious about traveling, but, you're able to push past it to go. So how did you decide that you should go for it?
I guess I realized that if I go, there's finally gonna be someone noticing me. Someone. Thank you. He was right. I'm nothing back here. My mom doesn't notice me. My teachers don't even remember my name. And at least there, someone's telling me I'm good enough.
Is that the dynamic? That's the dynamic of the predator-victim relationship, right? It's like, I'm not noticed, I don't fit in, I don't belong, I'm afraid of people and I have anxiety about it. But he understands me. He gets me. He's what? He's Grunder. Now what? It's him, right? Eddie. Eddie is goes by the him pronoun, right? Yeah.
It's also a dream come true. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of kids, they look up to these people. So, you know, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity that he's offering to him. And
Yeah.
I mean, any kid is gonna just, like, despite the nervousness, is gonna be like, oh my God, like.
Well, he even said it. He was like, I have a whole list of kids that if you say no, I got somebody to fill that slot right off the bat.
My law enforcement guy come back?
Yeah.
What do you see? What do you see? You're probably jumping out of your skin right now. You want to get up there with the handcuffs. I know that the actor behind the character wants the handcuffs now soon.
So obviously the mask is going to ruin this child. That way it does numerous times. Taking somebody in a bad spot, making them feel wanted, loved, appreciated, and taking down that road and get them to do whatever it is that he wants them to do.
Especially because the mom he also said that he felt like, and you said you felt like your mom only really attends to you. She focuses on what you're not doing. And, you know, she's always kind of telling you what you're not doing instead of kind of complimenting you on anything. I could zoom.
Yeah. So here's the thing. We're trying to build a case. We want to build a case for law enforcement and child protection. I mean, we have to save Eddie, right? Yeah. And how do we do that? How do we save Eddie? What are some of the things that if you're a parent and you're noticing that your kid is in the room gaming all the time, and you're on their case, fine, but like, what else? What can parents do at this point? Because right now there's a lot of information going on in this house that parents, if the parents are aware of it, or the parent is aware of it, maybe something can be done.
Yeah, I mean, even what the mother said, she was saving up money for testosterone shots for him. So it's obvious that the mother accepts him for who he is and is even willing to set aside money for him to take those T shots. So, but sometimes that's just not enough. Like, you still need to be a part of your children's life. Be like the gaming and be a part of that, what excites them.
And monitoring it.
Yeah.
Knowing what's happening. And asking questions. But it isn't easy, right? I think that one of the things, Dr. Levy, you're a parent, and you're a therapist, and you're a family therapist at that. So how many mothers, let's just pick on mothers. Should we pick on mothers? Aww. It's always I'll pick on the father in a minute. But so is it that we want to be friends with the kids? Like we want them to like us? What? Not me. Uh-oh. Okay. What do you think?
Well, no, I mean, this is a struggle I go through all the time. You know, you're not doing your kid any favors by being their friend at the end of the day. I have an older one that's 24, and, you know, thinking about it and, you know, reflecting on the things that we did and kind of in raising him, you know, you just kind of have to, you know, you really want them to be happy and well-adjusted, but sometimes you have to put the kibosh on things that are just not okay. You have to set boundaries and limits. And it's hard to do.
He's just the door to an uglier world.
Yes.
She's entering
Yeah.
darkness.
Eddie is entering into a bad pit right here, right? Hands up.
I want to ask that Eddie, if he's willing to talk with his mother about that conversation that he has already, that he's going to
Yeah. Go to California. You gonna tell mom?
Are you willing to talk to
Absolutely not.
No.
Why, you think that mom would let you go? No. But that's good boundaries, right? Dr. Levy, that's good boundaries.
Yeah,
The mother
but
has.
she's only as good as what she knows.
You got somebody to Eddie, have you been asked for intimate pictures?
Not that I know of, no. I don't think anyone would ask me for those. I'm not exactly appealing.
I know you want to jump on that.
Eddie, can you say more?
Like what?
Well, you just now said that you don't feel that you're appealing. Why?
Oh, well, if someone wanted to ask a guy for those kind of pictures, they'd probably ask a guy, you know?
So what does this indicate?
Low self-esteem.
Low self-esteem, lack of self-acceptance, maybe some body dysmorphia.
Eddie, do you feel like Mask will accept you no matter what?
I don't know. I guess I've been looking at it like, hey, it's the best of both worlds.
What does that mean? What do you mean by that?
Like, he gets a guy and a girl's package.
Okay. This is uncomfortable to talk about, right?
Very.
Yeah, this feels just like awkward, right? And it's easier to focus on your game skills, your gaming skills. It's easier to focus on the live streaming. It's easier to focus on maybe possible celebrity status, right?
Mask is picking up on that as well, saying things like, with a face like that, you know, you're going to be famous, and who wouldn't want, you know, you to be a part of their group, and it's just going to take off as soon as you get here. Yeah. And you probably never experienced that before.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to ask Mask a question. I'm dying to ask him something. Are you ready to tell us the real deal?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't? I think I do know exactly what you're up to right now.
I'm gonna make Eddie a streamer.
I think the gig is up for you.
I'm gonna make Eddie a streamer. I mean, once he comes to LA, it's gonna be about a week, and we're gonna be through with him.
What does that mean? We're going to be through with him. What does that mean?
All we need is 1 week. That's all we need. That's it.
What does that mean? Tell us more about that.
Typically, with somebody who wants to become famous, just like Eddie, we bring him out, we fly him out. A week later, I never hear from them again, but I know that they're doing well, so that's what I care about.
What does this remind you of? What does this feel like? This is beyond Predator.
Yes.
This is a possible trafficking situation. Am I right?
Yes.
How many of you feel that way? So now what do we do? Shoot. I was just going to say something, but this I can't. Oh, Eddie. Eddie or the Mask?
Okay, yes.
Mask, who is we? We see them for a week and then they're gone. Who is we?
That's a great question.
He's not going to tell us. We're going to have to, I think that a couple of us are going to have to meet him up in room 302 or something. Yeah.
And he's using keywords. He's using my bed. He's using I'll eat you up. In other keywords when.
You mean the mask?
Yeah, the
Mask.
mask. So it's other people watching while he's
Yes.
talking to them.
Yes, some codes. Some codes. You want to see where this goes?
Yes.
You're going to love this scene. Scene 3. We're going to have Mask come back, don't worry. He'll be back.
Don't forget masks, there's law enforcement.
He's not going anywhere.
Ready?
What's wrong with you?
And action.
Eddie, do you want to tell me what we are doing in Miami in an FBI building?
Yeah.
Do you think I want to be here? I don't want to be here either, Eddie. Eddie,
That's
what is
typical.
going on?
I know you don't want to be here.
Eddie, I just want to know what's going on. Is it those video games?
Yes,
told
Mom.
you
I'm getting
about
arrested for
safety.
playing video games.
Oh my God, Eddie.
This is the first time we've talked in like 3 months. Hi, ladies. Is everything okay in here?
Son.
Oh,
Son, son.
Hi, gentlemen. Okay.
Yes.
I am Agent Hetzel. I'm with the FBI Human Trafficking Division.
I didn't traffic anyone.
I didn't say that you did. I'm just gonna take a seat real fast. Do I have your permission to ask you some preliminary questions?
Yeah,
Yes.
It's Eddie.
Eddie.
Okay. How old are you, Eddie?
15.
You're 15, and how long did you know the dark mask for?
Who's the dark mask?
If you wouldn't mind, just let him answer the questions,
Mom,
please.
do you want to sit down?
Can you answer the question, please?
Like how long I've known of him, or
How long have you been in contact with him?
3 months.
3 months.
And a half.
All right, and how long have you been watching him? I'm guessing you knew him before. You've been watching his stream
For like 2 years.
about 2 years. Okay. Well, would you say you guys are pretty close now?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, you're close. So can you tell me what he looks like?
He's got red hair.
I do know eye color, his age. We just need a description.
His eyes are a color. Blue, I think.
Do you have any photos of him?
No.
So you don't know what he looks like. What's his real name?
That's an excellent question.
And so you don't know his real name, you don't know what he looks like, but you guys are close, you've been talking to him for 3 months. Okay, when did he ask you to come out to California?
California!
If you could please just let him answer the questions, or else I'm gonna have to ask you to step out.
Oh my god, you want to?
A week ago? About a week ago? When were you supposed to go?
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow. Oh, what purpose were you flying out to California for?
He wants me to be a streamer.
Streamer. You wanted to be a streamer. And obviously you agreed to go. I was gonna ask if your mother knows, but I'm gonna
Obviously not.
Okay. Well, he paid for your plane ticket. Do you have the flight information?
I don't know the flight number off the top of my head.
Airline?
Delta.
Okay, and when you got there, what hotel were you staying in?
His house.
Okay. So you were staying in the house of a man whose name you don't know.
I didn't know the FBI did judgment interviews these days.
I'm just asking questions for your safety and the safety of other
I don't see
people.
how that pertains.
I don't know how you being sarcastic is going to help us. So I just need you to cooperate, please. So you were staying with him. Well, I guess I can let you guys know why you're here. The reason I'm asking you all these questions, I don't mean to scare either of you, but what you're involved in is extremely dangerous. We've been investigating the dark mask now for a while. He's a major suspect in a human trafficking ring. And we believe he might be the leader of it. There are currently 20 missing boys, and 2 boys have been found strangled. They have passed, and we're going to need your help with our sting operation.
My son's only 15. I don't
He's
think
15, but in order to save more lives, we're going to need his help. So what we're going to have you do is you're going to go ahead with everything as if you didn't know any of this. You're going to get on the plane. You're going to meet him. When he picks you up from the airport, I'm going to be on the plane with you, disguised, as if...
Am I gonna get any like updates? Can I go with my son on
Let
this?
me just finish this, and then I can talk to you after. So you're going to go along with it. You're going to get off the plane, be with him. My team will be in the airport. You will be safe. But, yeah, that's...
Will I get any updates on what's happening?
Yeah, you'll have updates. I'll have your number. I'll stay in contact with you. But, I have to go. It's nice meeting you guys. I will see you tomorrow.
Freeze. Say what?
What is happening? How you feeling about all this? Are you confused? What's happening? Yes.
You gotta have mom's permission, right, to take him on a plane somewhere?
We're gonna need mom's permission, I'm sure. Yeah, that's right. Let's go to the characters and let's ask them. First of all, how do you like our FBI agent? Any tips you want to give her at this point? You know, a little more compassionate. Yes, ma'am. Nice and loud.
Yes, our FBI agent needs a lot of help and a lot of training on trauma-informed interviewing techniques.
What does that mean? Do you want to tell what, because I think she could, why don't you sit down? It sounds like you're about to get trained. Hold on, let's see how it goes. Go ahead.
When you approach a family that's been through a crisis, one of the first things you want to do is build a relationship with them. Coming in cold and harsh is no way to treat a victim of a potential crime. So, and you need to align mom. Mom is the key person in the child's life, so you need to align with mom and get that comfort level there instead of interrogating like a suspect.
Okay. Somebody else had their hand up over here. Anybody? Dr. Levy? What did you think about the FBI agent? What would you, if you want to give her a tip, give her a little tip. Motivational interviewing, perhaps.
Well, it might help to introduce yourself when you walk in the room and also explain to them why they're here. You just started asking Eddie questions, but you didn't say you're here today because we have, you know, we've been investigating someone that we think that you might have had contact with. Something like that.
Yeah, I introduced myself. I told him with Human Trafficking Division. I'm in a rush. It's tomorrow. We need to get the information. We need to save other lives. I can't put all my effort into one. There's others out there.
She's goal-oriented.
I have a question. As Eddie's only 15, would she need the mother's permission? That's a question.
Do you need permission to of the mother to question Eddie?
Yeah, I do. I mean, she's in the room. She didn't say no.
Let's go to law enforcement, find out what's the deal. First of all, Eddie is not under arrest. Eddie's not under arrest, but what's the guidelines? What's the guidelines if you're going to interview a child victim? Are there guidelines as far as the mom is concerned, or consent? Any of that?
The statute says that the parents just have to be notified, not that they actually have to grant permission. There's a kind of litmus test that can come up later, but the short answer is they have to be notified.
And so apparently her presence is the notification. That's what we need. I mean, look, this is a victim. Eddie's a victim. Eddie's not a suspect, right? So it's totally different. And we definitely want to get as much information as we can from him, especially if he's going to participate in helping us, you know, with this thing.
Kind of to echo what was said up front is the interviewer, you should probably meet with mom separately. Let her have her moment of shock and worry and everything away from the child, obviously. We know that some of the issues might stem from the way that mom has been treating the child. Good, bad, indifferent, meaning to or not, it's just that's how it happened. She felt less appreciated in the home. Let mom have the blow up, get an alliance with mom, and then go back into the interview and talk to the child again.
Outstanding. A real law enforcement person. Not an actor. Okay, very good. So, Dr. Levy.
Wait, we have a hand up front here.
Please.
I think it would have been best to talk to mom first to get any diagnosis that Eddie might have, because Eddie's going to blow your operation.
Can you elaborate on what you mean by that?
Eddie's already socially awkward. You just put Eddie on the spot if he's in human trafficking and you need him to save other kids. He's going to blur as soon as you get out there.
I gotta say this also. This is not, you know, look, this is a little Hollywood, okay? So this is a little, my brothers in the back are like, yeah, that's right, it is. But here's the thing. So ordinarily what we do is you probably would take an undercover, very young-looking FBI agent and get them involved and try to lure the mask. And then this way, no actual person is gonna be harmed in the making of this film, right? So, but this is just for us to have a discussion, for us also to look at the dynamics of everything that's involved here and all the different moving parts.
Thank you. I do believe that the mom should have been taken separately because a child who's 15 will react very differently with their mother there than if their mother's not in the room. His mother, sorry. However, I love this FBI agent. I have had had, they're all older grown-ups, but I've had 5 15-year-olds, and you handled it very well. You should be a mother. But at the end of the conversation, you do need to have a voluntary participant and not dictate the order. So you should have been firm going into it, but left it from the perspective of this is a voluntary operation and pulled Eddie in for help.
Dr. T, Rowan wanted to say something.
Yes, 1 second, I just want to hear your response. You just got schooled, and I want to know how you feel about that.
I mean, with my mindset, it's pretty soon. Like I said, there's a lot of victims already. I feel like the way that I worded it, maybe it will coerce him more into helping us. We need his help as soon as possible, so maybe if he makes it, maybe if I make it...
Coerce. He doesn't need more coercion.
He's the victim.
He needs trust.
I don't know if this I don't want any more victims. I don't want any more kids dying.
I don't know if this was already mentioned, but I know that the FBI agent introduced herself and said that she was with the Human Trafficking Division. But I wonder if Eddie really even knows what human trafficking is. So I wonder if maybe there should be some education around that for him to better understand what it is.
Yeah. Well, he did say, I haven't trafficked anyone.
So is actually, who would you like to direct that question to? The FBI agent? Or just in general?
Maybe just in general.
Does anybody in the audience want to comment, react to that? All right, let me ask Mom. Mom, what's going on here? You're blown away, your mind is blown. What's happening?
Well, obviously this is the first time I've heard that my son has been chatting with a anonymous stranger and is going to California and didn't tell me. And I felt as if while in this room my concerns were not being heard. Everything was so sudden and I was being ignored. This is the safety of my child and I know I'm absent and I have stuff to do, but this is concerning my child's safety and I want my child to be as safe as possible. And I think the way this officer directed the way they acted towards me just completely, I don't have any words over how I feel.
So here's what given the fact that the reality is Eddie would not be a part of this sting operation. That's not real, right? That's far-fetched. As I said before, there'd be an undercover either FBI agent or investigator of some kind, whatever it might be, and this is not safe right now. Like the way it's being portrayed is kind of not real, right? But it's just to get us to talk about it. So there's a couple of different dynamics that we want to look at. We want to look at the relationship between Mom and Eddie. We want to look at what is happening in terms of this grooming process. But now it's to a point where it's really dangerous. I mean, he might get on a plane, and had it not been for the FBI intercepting this, and that's a big question I have, Eddie. Had the FBI not called your mom and you down to this station in Miami, would you have gotten on that plane tomorrow? All right, I'm going to bubble you. This is like a technique in sociodrama, where we bubble the character so that no one else can hear. It's kind of like an isolation move. All right, you're bubbled. Mom can't hear. Were you going to get on this plane tomorrow?
Yeah.
Did you have any fear that you might be in danger?
I don't know. I guess I wasn't thinking. Sorry. That was just really intense and I'm not feeling really great right now.
Okay. All right. What do you think is going to happen tomorrow if the FBI wasn't involved? What would happen? Traffic been gone. Correct? He'd be on a milk carton. right?
Missing kid.
Sorry?
Will be a missing kid already.
Another missing kid. You know, I was traveling a few weeks ago on the turnpike, and it was like around Ocala service area, and had to use the restroom, and I come out, and there's all these pictures of these kids. Like a lot of pictures of young kids, and it's all was the month of August. It wasn't like these were pictures of over the last year, this was current. And it had to be at least 15 pictures up. This isn't, we've taken a little bit of Hollywood liberty in terms of the staging of this and all of that, but this is real. This is really happening. I'm going to ask for the group to come out. I'm going to ask the whole group to come out. And I know that we got Justin where did Justin go? There he is. Okay, so you can just stay right there if you want. I'll ask you from there. But I'd like the whole group to come out, please. Please, everybody. We'll just get somebody, a friend, to hold this. You can sit on the edge. All right, so the way we get the actors to come back and the characters to say goodbye is we all clap really hard for them and we say thank you for such a great performance. The crew. This is Stage for Change, by the way. That's their name. That's the name of the group. So we're going to ask the group to tell us their real names and tell us what it was like to work on this, to develop these scenes. And we're going to end with the last person will leave the mask, and then we'll lovingly remove the mask. Okay. So we'll start with Maya. She has the microphone.
Hi, my name is Maya. I play the mom. I've been told that I have a voice that can remind men of their mothers and revert them back to that timeline. So it was only natural for me to play the mom, and I just kind of drew from real experience. Parents aren't exactly perfect, and you guys tried your best to be, and your effort is always appreciated, and I really wanted to bring that out with the mom of being an overworked. She's not the most perfect parent, but she's certainly trying her best to be.
Great, thank you so much. We're going to pass Eddie for a minute. Go to Anaya. Eddie will be second to last to go.
Hello guys, my name is Anaya. I'm just a gamer, part-time gamer. I just play games for fun, and I love joining random lobbies because I would love to meet Max, and I actually did. But,
Well, what was it like to work on this sociodrama, on this presentation, on this topic, and seeing how Eddie is being preyed upon and all of that? What are any feelings around that?
It's sad to see that because it actually does happen, but I'm glad we were able to caught, the mask finally in the end. It changed different lives every day, honestly. You show, different perspectives on how, this could happen to anyone or at any time or during the night, in the morning, it doesn't matter because, you can always hop on the game and, play the game. You don't know who you're playing with, but I'm glad that we got to catch the mask.
Great. All right.
Hi guys, I'm Layla. Honestly, I was playing one of the games, and I think this is a very cool sociodrama work on just because of how relevant it was. Like, I have a little brother who plays games all the time, and I really don't know what he does. I don't know who he talks to. He's always on his game building. So just being able to have some insight, some information, some awareness, so that you know how to kind of monitor and talk to your children because it's so important that anybody can be trafficked, and you never know. So.
Excellent. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Shannon. I'm president of the Sociodrama Club, and I really enjoyed doing this one. I did the Child Summit last year too, and I'm happy that we're back. But I think when it comes to human trafficking, when I found out that we were doing this topic, I was excited is not the right word, but I was very interested. I was happy that we were bringing more awareness to this, especially since I think the beginning of this year, I know it was a controversial topic, but the whole movie Sound of Freedom came out that covered human trafficking, so it was talked about a lot this year. And then as soon as I found out we're doing this, I was happy about that. I have a younger brother, younger sister. The streaming is a huge thing, especially wanting to be famous off TikTok, Instagram. There's 13-year-olds, 15-year-olds making videos about personal life, like literally addresses, phone numbers. Like, it's important to figure out how to know the warning signs and how to act on it. And I think it's definitely an important topic that more people need to be aware of. So,
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you. Justin.
Hi everyone, my name is Justin. I was playing one of the gamers. Fun fact, I actually tried out for the FBI agent role, but I didn't make it.
Fun fact. Fun fact. Why? Tell them why. Wait a second. Tell them why.
So I was actually part of one of Dr. Grace's classes where we actually were going up and actually impersonating a FBI agent, and I was pretty good, but I was just too nice. So.
Too nice. He was too nice.
So yeah, I became a gamer, and I actually do game outside of school. I feel like it's a nice way to get some stress out, you know, and you could possibly even become a streamer. I'm not that great of a streamer, but it'll be a nice thing to do.
Yeah. Okay. Pass it to Chloe. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Chloe. I'm Chloe. I also play one of the gamers, and I do play a little bit, not that much, for fun with my friends. But it was a really fun experience to be part of, to try to bring more awareness upon this issue as well. So, yeah.
Great. All right. And you can take over now. Woo. Okay. Okay. Eddie.
Hi, so my name is Eddie. I am actually trans, so my pronouns are he, him. It was really easy to get into this character because it wasn't a character. This is just my life. Like, this kid is me. This was my life growing up. I had a single mom. She was a CNA, so she was at work all the time. The only difference is I had 2 little siblings to take care of on top of taking care of myself. You know, I feel like it's just, I wanted to portray this character because it's so important to see how even like a smart kid who is careful and is cautious can get into this situation, because it is so easy and yeah.
Great. You know, one of the things that happens in sociodrama as we're developing whatever the scene is or whatever the scenes are and whoever the characters are, we always try to base it on a true story to make it as real as possible. Now this is based on a true story. You're going to hear about why and how. Of course, the FBI part and the sting part was not part of the story. Although the FBI was involved in that, and they did take that sting, they did take that ring down, that human trafficking ring. But what I want to say is that my kids, the students, they really make themselves vulnerable. They make themselves vulnerable as the actors, right? Trying on these roles and doing these roles. And we have a little saying in Stage for Change that if we could just save one life, that's all that matters. Like, this is really cool that we get to come here and do it in front of a big audience. And, you know, we had to rent a van, a little minivan, and we came all the way from, you know, Davie, Florida, which was really far, and it was raining, you know, but it's worth it. It's worth it to us. It's worth it to them. And I just can't tell you how much I appreciate the work that they do and how much I honor them, because they do make themselves vulnerable. And that ain't easy to do. Yes. That ain't easy to do in this life. It just isn't. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
I have a question. First of all, I want to thank you for the great job that you are doing right now, because, like you say, awareness and everything. But my question is actually, do you have the chance to take this to schools?
We do. We actually do. Not the child trafficking one, but we have done our anti-bullying. We have a whole anti-bullying presentation that we do, a sociodrama, and we have gone to various schools to do it. So yeah, I mean, just as you reach out to us and let us know, and we can come in and do some of that work. But right now, I wanna ask for our actor, Sean, who played a really tough role. Take off your mask.
Hi everybody. My name is Sean.
Show us your beautiful locks, your beautiful red locks. There it is.
My name is Sean Stanton. I'm a senior at Nova Southeastern University. This is my first year joining Stage for Change. I figured, I'm graduating in May, so I would like to do something to give back to the community more than what I was doing before. This character specifically was very hard for me because honestly, I can't believe that people could even do that. It made me sick in some ways to try to portray a character like that. So for me, it was very hard. I know the team worked with me a lot. No, you have to be more gross. And I'm like, oh Lord, this is giving me the EBGs. So for me, this character was really hard. But like everybody else said, being able to kind of bring awareness to this topic, and then also in a way, you're understanding more from the person who is the trafficker as well. It's not that difficult to get these kids who are vulnerable. They are the kids that are looking for someone to reach out to them, to give them the satisfaction, to give them some type of hope in their life. I'm not a gamer. I was raised with my grandparents, so that whole lingo was new to me as well. Noobs and streamers and all that. So I'm young, but I had to kind of learn those things as well because I'm not a gamer. So yeah, it was an interesting role.
And tell us where we got this idea from.
Yes, so this idea is actually based on a true story. Obviously, like Dr. T said, it was a little Hollywood in there as well, but the actual case, police arrested 7 suspects in a significant human trafficking ring. It involved teenage victims. 2 teenage boys were found in a trailer in St. Petersburg, one who was used as a sex slave for over a year. Yeah, and the other one was lured from Louisiana. So you can imagine that's a huge distance. Obviously here we did California, so that was realistic. The suspects used an online gaming app called Discord. So if you haven't heard of Discord, it's kind of like Twitch, like we mentioned, but it's an online chat where you have a username and you are able to join in and meet all of these random strangers who you've never met. They use this app to really connect with the victims and the whole case, the reason why we're doing this is because we want to emphasize that parents need to be monitoring the activities of their students, of their children going online and doing these games. So with the police finding these suspects, I mean, I'm sure we're all aware that there's probably a lot more going on than just that case. But this was just one example where there was victims found as well as somebody used as a sex slave for a year, having to do with a Discord chat. So that's kind of where this came about, where this this whole scene, this whole drama skit kind of came from. Thank you for the team, appreciate you guys. So yeah, that's where it came from.
Well, I think I forgot to mention that, Shannon, correct me, and Layla, correct me, but we won a Goldfin Award, because we're from NSU, so it's sharks,
Right.
That's our mascot, sharks. Fins up, excellent, so we won a Goldfin Award, and we won 2 Goldfin Awards. And we won one of them for, I think we won one. If we won 2, then someone stole the other one. I only have 1 in my office, but it's okay. But we won it for political activism, political and social activism, which I think is the best award that we could have possibly have gotten. And we're also been nominated as finalists 4 years in a row, I believe it was, for the what we call the Stewie Awards. And that's Student Life and Engagement Awards. So give them another round of applause. They're coming to work really meaningful for me. Dr. Libby?
I just want to thank everybody here. I'm kind of like a little honorary member of the Sociodrama Club.
She's the godmother.
It's a privilege for me to be able to participate in these things because they're very close and dear to my heart, and it's really important to me to help, even if it's just one, right? And I do have a 12-year-old daughter. also. So for me, I think when I watch this is like my worst nightmare. And I think about how like, oh my God, I want everyone at her school to see, like all the parents at the school to see this presentation. But it's kind of like being able to monitor what your kids are doing. And sometimes it's really hard because I have a good relationship with my daughter, but like, she's on Snap, right? And she's like snapping and her friends can see, well, I don't allow her to put her location, but you can share your location with people on Snapchat. So if you like press the little button and look at the map, it shows you where everybody is. And I'm like, nobody needs to know where you are except for like me and your dad and your older brother, like nobody. But for people that they make themselves public like that, and then all of these children are doing things that actually make it really easy for traffickers to lure them in. So I'll give you some examples, like the 12-year-old girls are making videos of get ready with me in the morning, right? And it's like they take a video of themselves putting their makeup on or whatever products that they're using that cost like $80 a bottle even though they're like 12 years old. And they're like, oh, this is my get ready.
Thank you, everybody.